You are tuned to ARP on the Accelerated Radio Network. It's 12 noon, and it's time to have lunch. Lunch with the Finance Bunch. Lunch with the Finance Bunch. Lunch with the Finance Bunch. Bringing money talk you can understand. And now here's your host, Miss Charlene.
I have these lovely ladies in with me today. Miss Asha.
Hello, hello.
And her mom, Miss Beverly.
Hello, hello. My main passion was getting to the ones who are going into this industry field and pretty much don't have a person that knows them, K-N-O-W, and a person that know them. My daughter, Asha, it started from when she was going to the School of Performing Arts. She's been dancing since she was 9 and loved that whole aspect of everything of the arts, from dancing to singing to creative art, drawing, acting, and also designing, and she's into just the whole facets of it. So seeing her friends and seeing the ones that are in her generation, the area of not having that person there or people there that they can call on to talk to when they're going through certain times, especially going into the field, and people are just pushing you in a direction and you are not getting you out.
Okay, so you want them to be able to keep their originality.
And
still be who they are.
And trust into whose they are, because everything comes from within.
That's right.
And God gave you that God-given talent.
Right.
And that God-given talent, people claim it as their own, but it's actually what He's given you from the inside. So actually getting into a place of just grooming that. Because a lot of this younger generation just know that they have certain talents, but not groomed in a way to really allow their instinct in the inside of them, their consciousness, to really trust in who they are without compromise.
I love that.
Yes.
And that was one of the things that you and I talked about, is that you give them the freedom and to be creative.
Yes.
And you support that and you cheer that, but you also help them maintain their integrity.
Yes, it's like taking it back to the old school. You know when Motown used to do it?
That's what I said. You're like the modern day Motown.
Yeah, they used to really like get into it and groom them, not make them robots, but just take what they see in them and bring it to the forefront without them having to really compromise. Okay. You know, but I'm taking it a step deeper in grabbing at them to recognize that it's a God-given talent. So you have to now honor that.
That's right.
By being the best that you can be, but honor it.
And I like what you said. You have to not only know who you are, but know whose you are. That's right.
That's the most important thing, because knowing whose you are is the key. Everybody could say who they are. There's some of this, some of that, some of everything, right?
That's right.
But when they come to the point of the whose they are, a lot of people's like, huh? What are you talking about? Yeah, whose are you? Oh, my mom and I. No. They birthed you. Whose are you? That's a whole different topic, a whole different category. Absolutely. And a lot of people don't recognize the whose they are in them. They don't really recognize that they were breath. They had the breath of God breathe into them, and they are that breath. So tapping into the God inside minded allows them to know that everything is given from the inside out. But we're trusting what's on the outside and taking it in, but not trusting on the inside of the whose they are, so that you can now give it out the right way without looking to the left or to the right, but keeping your eyes moving straight forward. Ahead, moving forward.
I like that. Wow. And Asha, am I pronouncing your name right? Asha. Yeah. Okay, I didn't want to mess that up. Now, Asha, you are the other co-founder of this group. And do you sing? I know your mom says you've been dancing.
So, I mean, I've always had a passion for the arts. It kind of just gradually grew into different areas, wanting to go into, theater and creative arts and visual arts, and then realizing that, hey, I could actually do this. Like, this is, I'm noticing that, you have talent to kind of dab in everything. And so the only thing I was faced with, I was kind of at a little crossroad. with graduating, because my initial plan, and my mom knew this for years, I was planning on going to Alvin Ailey. That was like the ultimate for me.
Tried out, made it in, everything.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, that's what I'm going to do. And then there's a few road bumps in the way with just different things and, you know, people.
The road bump was she had to move to New York.
Oh, you didn't want to move to New York?
That as well, and then also to
it's cold there. I don't blame you.
Yeah, because I'm an island girl. I love the sun. And then also to just different areas of, you know, people not doing things that they said they were going to do, certain recommendations, people, things like that kind of transpired. So it discouraged me for a moment. And then after I finished, I was like, okay, well, what exactly I'm going to do? And I've always had a love for putting things together, as far as fashion-wise. My mom knows, like, putting outfits together and doing, even dressing her. And so initially I found out about FITM, which is the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. And I was like, okay, well, I can go there and, you know, do fashion scene. I'm not going to do the dancing thing. And so I went, and then I spoke to the dean, and she kind of geared me in a different direction. I didn't end up doing fashion design, but I actually got into visual communications. And what I loved about it was very broad. So if I wanted to go into prop design, I can do that. If I wanted to do styling, I can do that. Graphic design, whatever. And me, I'm a dabbler, so just the fact that I had to get my hands in everything, I absolutely love that major. So the passion that I had behind FREELA, especially during that crossroad moment that I had, was just basically figuring out exactly what I wanted to do and how to bring all of that together. Because I know as artists and just some of my peers, like, you have so many talents, but it's what do I do? Where do I start first? And then not having the support or not understanding who you are as an artist, you kind of just get lost. You know, lost trying different things, trial and error, when it could just be someone just giving you that guidance. And that's where that's the moment that FREELA really birthed out of my heart, because I knew there were others like me that had this array of just talents, but not knowing how to bring it together, how to groom it and, you know, push it and, you know, bring out the potential. And that's what I'm thankful for my mom, because she did a lot of pushing and pulling out and me pushing, dragging my feet and
pushing.
Yes, but I am very thankful for that, and I believe that everyone should have that opportunity to have that guidance, especially if they're looking for it. And that's really the inspiration and the passion behind FREELA.
Well, let me just tell you, I know everybody wants to know what the CB and the FREELA means, meaning...
That was my next question.
Yeah. I kind of like do that ahead of sometimes. But anyway, the CB actually started with me in the back end of it. My husband and I, we have a breaking out class, and the breaking out class really teaches them the who's they are. Mm-hmm. It really enforces that area in them and showing them how to tap into that through their daily living, their daily word, the encouragement, knowing that they're not by themselves, knowing that there's lots more out there walking that same walk like you, but you are different because of the fact that there's areas in you that is different from the others because of how you were made up. That's the inside-minded part. That's the who's you are part. And because there are the ones that are walking like you, the inside-minded part is built up different than the ones who are walking like you. So just because they're walking like you doesn't mean they're like you. You know what I mean? And sometimes don't mean they like you either. So it has to go to the likes.
Understanding how unique you are.
First, you like yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You like yourself in how you were made.
That's right.
And then like yourself, knowing that the inside of you now is pushing out the liking of you and where you came from. And then now you start liking what you do. And then now you start looking for the likes on the outside. Right. But you don't look for the likes on the outside to soothe the inside.
That's right.
So the CB part came from years ago, like I said, in grooming and in talking to. I still do talk to a lot of different people on the back end, from anywhere from the corporate world to the music industry on the back end of it. I'm one that likes to, when I speak, I like to speak coming in the back door to speak to the ones that I know that he's given me to speak to, but without pushing that area of myself to the forefront, because It's not about me. It's about really taking the ones that he has placed there as a chosen and just grooming them from the back end.
Yes.
So to me, once you place yourself to the front end, it becomes all about you. It's different when the persons that you are now, helping and doing, say something about you, but it's still not about me.
Right.
So that's the main thing about it.
Right.
So that part of it came from knowing that getting rid of your stuff, getting rid of the curses, and the curses mean all the words that was spoken into your heart, spoken into your life, that
were not
eventually
true. And they start to eat away at you.
Eventually takes you into a place where it starts playing out.
Yes.
And that's the curse part. And the curse part is having a mindset knowing that it's already done, that you're not walking in these areas of the words that was spoken into your life from birth all the way to now. Mm-hmm. So the CB part means curse breaking part, meaning it's done already. We're not coming in there to break. We're giving you the realization from the inside that it's done.
Yes.
You're fighting something that has been done already. Why fight for something that's done? It's yours. So claim that area of knowing that you have it, right? But don't claim it based on staking a claim for it, because it's already done.
So you're walking in confidence.
Yes.
Like you said at the beginning, knowing who you are and whose you are, so that by the time you present yourself as an artist, you've already got your boundary set.
Exactly.
You know who you are, you know what your talent is, and you know what your self-worth is.
And no one can come in
and no one can come in and pull that apart.
Mm-hmm. You stand in your confidence.
That's
like,
wonderful.
No, this is my words that has been given to me from the inside out. That's my God-minded words and talents. He's given it to me, and because he's given it to me, there is already a doorway. So you may not be the doorway. So I'm not going to compromise with you. I'm going to continue to move forward and trust in you in the journey. That's to know that you may not be the doorway, but there is a doorway for me, because he didn't give me this for no reason. Wow. And that's the main thing. So based on that, I started those breaking out classes a while back. And, well, I've been doing that with my daughter and my adopted kids. I have like about at least 20 of them.
I was going to say, how many are a part of the company? How many are part of your tribe? Because you guys are a tribe.
Yes.
A beautiful tribe, by 22. The way.
It's about 22 heading into 24, but the core of our decision makers, the core of that we go to that table to say that we're trusting in what the core of what God has placed there for them. It's the board, that's about 12.
Wow.
And then the inside core is 6.
Okay.
So we go from the outer court into the inner court and into the holies of holies. So you got your outer part, you got your inner part, and you got your inner part that you just trust and rely on, not trusting them, but trusting the God in them.
Right.
And that, I believe, you could count on your hands. If you could count one hand full of cores, you're good.
Exactly.
And I'm not talking about the beer.
Right, that's right. The core people that you know are a part of the company that are grounded in the same vision.
Yes. Like-minded. Wise as a serpent, as harmless as a dove.
That's right.
Exactly. So based on that, Asha now received a vision based on this area of what I was doing and grabbing a hold of the young. And she now took it to another level with the FREELA, and she could explain that.
Yes. So FREELA, it's a play on words, so it's not actually LA, even though everybody thinks it is. It actually means love and affirm. So it's an order, a process of how it was set up, which is really funny. So CB coming into FREELA, knowing that you have been broken free from those areas and you can step forth in that confidence, knowing who you are and whose you are, and knowing that everything runs and stands on love. Because I believe that people who have amazing talent or who have, a lot of say or power in whatever industry that they might be in, but just knowing that it's coming is being fueled by a good place, coming, with that right heart, and knowing that everything stands on that love. and then being affirmed in that. And that goes back to knowing who you are and whose you are, but having that confidence and being affirmed in that, and continuing to stay in that God inside minded. Mm-hmm. So you've been set free, knowing that everything stands on love, sharing that with people and bringing people together, but also being affirmed in that and being confident so you can be that example for someone else and they can see that it actually truly works.
And pretty much teaching them that you don't have to speak it. Just your continence shows the evidence of your confidence. Exactly. So it's not about being up in somebody's face and just preaching. It's not about being up in somebody's face and just telling them, who you are and the whose you are and da-da-da. Your confidence exudes that. And it's a difference between confidence and arrogance.
That's very true.
Now, the arrogance is the outside trying to pull in. The confidence comes from the inside, knowing that it's done. So no matter what anybody said, and no matter how much they pull you to the left or the right, you stand firm. And the confidence now goes to the forefront. So sometimes it could be misconstrued as, arrogance. But no, the love behind it shows that it's confidence. Because there ain't no love behind arrogance.
That's very true. You're listening to Accelerated Radio Praise, 24-hour gospel music and talk. I'm Miss Charlene, and you're having lunch with the Finance Bunch. And I have all of these beautiful ladies in the studio with me today, and I'm talking to Mrs. Beverly Paul and her daughter Asha. And they are the founders of CBFREELA, and we are learning a lot. The premise of my show is to I call it learning how to build wealth. And in building wealth, it has to come from every area. So you have to have the confidence, believe in yourself, believe in whose you are, and you also have to have the courage to start a business if that's what you want to do, And for the two of you, for you, first of all, as a parent, to support your daughter in this way, I find phenomenal, because if more parents spoke into their children's lives and supported their children, you'd have much more confident, successful adults. Much more confident, successful
Very
adults.
True.
So that's why I was so interested in bringing you on, because I just felt like this is a missing element today. We don't see this anymore, and that's why I call you, the new Motown, because you're building that confidence in the ladies and gentlemen that you work with, and they are confident. They're not arrogant, but they are confident in who they are. And they are absolutely polished. I was telling them outside.
All of them, and they truly
I've met all of 22 of them. And I'm like, wow, this really is a tribe, and everyone is so polished and polite and well groomed, and just, you did your thing, girl. That's all I have to say.
The master buffer.
The master buffer.
No, it's the inside master buffer, and allowing them to buff themselves.
Well, the combination works.
Exactly.
So I have another question. How long have you been in business? And this is a nonprofit organization.
Yes. Okay. So
that's the other fascinating part for me. So tell us about this being a nonprofit organization. How long you've been in business?
We have been in business for now, like about, I'd say, 4 years.
4 years.
Yes. 4 years with the nonprofit side of it, bringing that platform for the young artists that is out there really striving to be who they are, not be somebody, but be their body. You know what I mean? So that's about 4 years now. But the other side of the counseling and the breaking out and growing into and getting them into a place of lining them up, I've been doing that now for, I'd say, about 13 years. About 13 years or more.
So this isn't an overnight success.
No, it's not an overnight success. It looks like it is.
It looks like it.
But it isn't. The thing about it is family. I truly believe in family. Family doesn't necessarily have to mean blood. Family is the family that will stick by you.
Absolutely.
No matter how you act, what you do, how you behave, because they see that real you inside of you. So family is the coming together of the spiritual aspect of noticing and witnessing that area of that person and allowing them to see real family, especially if they come from a place that they never had family.
Right.
So family based is to me is basing it on the vision, the God vision, and trusting that God will supply those areas, because it says already, he's already supplied it. So why go looking to get supply?
Right.
And that's that area of having that mindset, renewing that mind that it's supplied already. So the belief that I have in that area of it's supplied, he will send.
That's right.
That's, like that show that they had, a movie that says you build it and they will come. Well, it's already built, so I'm just leading them to it.
That's right.
So I don't need to build it. It's built. I'm leading them to it so they can now create their craft in what is already there on a platform for them to now build upon that. So they have to have some type of foundation. So the foundation comes from that empowering part of learning that God inside minded. So family based to me is basing it on the bodies that are engrafted in that vision.
Okay.
Because you need a driver of the bus,
That's
and then
right.
you need people to be on the bus, and then you need the ones to rotate the tires, then you need the ones to actually, check the engine, and then you need every part of that.
And you need fuel in that bus,
and
so
you
it
need
can
fuel.
go.
Well, the fueling is the important part. The fueling is all based on the underlining of it. The fueling has to come from love.
That's right.
It can't come from anything else.
It can't come from greed, envy, jealousy. It can't come from those places.
Wanting to ride coattails.
Right. Or it will quickly fall apart.
Quickly fall apart.
Because and you'll be miserable in the process.
Well, yeah, then you're going to get the wrong driver that's always going off on the wrong lane. And then you get tires that always, it ain't real tires.
Donuts.
They're donuts. You're getting them from the tire shop that somebody used like about 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
That's right.
To me, all things new. All things new means all things new.
That's right.
There's no gray area. There's all things new.
That's right.
So if you trust and believe in all things new, then you know that it's applied for you.
Right.
It's just the mindset of getting your mind under that area of your heart, knowing that it's fueled by love. You are trusting in the God in you, knowing that it's already supplied, not trying to fight for something. It's already given.
Yes.
And that's the key.
I love it. I have another question.
Yeah.
Okay. What type of music does your label focus on? Is there one specific? I'll pose that question to you, Asha.
No, there's not one specific style of music. Being a record label, we welcome all genres of music, and just really how you come in, how the artist is, what they're really focused on, what's really them, and then we just kind of do the development behind it. But we are open to all styles of music, R&B,
trip hop,
all kinds, EDM, jazz, anything that you're into,
anything,
as long
as it stays
positive, clean,
positive. And once you know that it's coming from the inside and it's fueled by love, it's going to automatically want to empower, not break down. Mm-hmm. So it has to have that message. And that message is,
because music is so universal.
Yeah.
And I believe, the right spirit behind it. Music is music. I don't like how people like to divide music up, saying like, this is specifically, just Christian music, or this is this and this is that. I know we separate it for the sake of genres, but I believe that someone who is a Christian, or someone, who's coming with that positivity, can do techno, can do EDM, can do beat producing, and not have to, throw Jesus in your face. But it's coming from a different spirit. There's no such thing as a worldly beat, or there's no such thing as that, those are only Jesus drums. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing. You can't classify music. Music is so universal, and it reaches everyone. And music brings everyone together, just like food does. So you can't just sit there and put it in classifications.
It's a proven example
exactly.
that the beat takes a hold of your spirit, because the beat has to be in a place where it consistently moves inside of you. So that's why a small child at the age of 2 or 1 will jump up based on the beat. Now, once they get attracted to the beat, now the words become important. Yes. And now the words is now grooming and building who you are. words now is the key behind the building of the spirit. So that's the thing, knowing that now is the key to the next level of what you say, how you say. And the empowering part of learning about the God inside minded in you would actually keep you from heading down the wrong road and speaking the wrong words.
Right, because words are powerful.
Oh, very powerful.
Very powerful.
You understand me? So it's getting away from the materialistic type of songs and words that are out there. Well, words, it's not the song, because I believe that there's sound in everything you do. There's sound in everything. So it's just putting the word to that song. That sound makes it more pliable, makes it more inviting, makes it more seductive, right? So why not be seduced by the right words that builds you instead of being seduced by the wrong words that breaks you? Why be seduced by breaking words that's only allowing you to just see outside things and not really seeing you?
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that's what's going on out there, is those words that are out there that are allowing the younger generation to see these, their dreams now of the stuff that is on the outside, and not really checking their own dream. Because you were built with a dream.
Right.
You were built with a dream. That's why you are not your mother or your father.
Right, because you had your own dream.
Because you have your own dream. And recognizing that, and parents recognizing that in your kids and pushing what you see, not what you want them to do, not what you see and what you think they should be doing, but recognizing those little, when you see something and when you have that discernment inside, oh my gosh, she's a this, or he's a this, he's a that, and just start fueling it. But not fueling it, pushing them, but fueling it by being inviting.
Right.
And letting them now see what's pliable for them. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Now, I have another question for you guys, and it's a little off this topic, but the type of events that you do, I find absolutely fascinating. And so, and because you are a nonprofit organization.
That's the part.
And that's the part.
Nonprofit now
is
the nonprofit is the give back.
Right.
And I believe you live with the give back.
Right.
Blessed to be a blessing is how you live.
That's right.
And you live to give.
Right.
You don't give to live.
That's right.
You live to give, and the more you live to give, the same measure
that's right.
comes back to you. So the nonprofit side is that's how we live. We're always giving of our money, of our time, of just building and encouraging, right? The corporation part of it now falls under the giving, because I believe there is a such thing called ministry than business, because the ministry fuels the business, but people twisted it and then made it business and then try to get God in it.
Right. I believe that. And and so that's the point that I wanted to come out, is because you and your daughter had a vision. You created a business from that vision, but within that vision, you also had just love, and you built it on love and knowledge and experience, and it didn't happen overnight. And I think that's a part about business that people don't necessarily get. It doesn't usually happen overnight. It's a building process. It's staying up with what you're passionate about, and also keeping that focus and direction and not being sidetracked by these other things. Right?
You have it, Miss Charlene. The thing about it is, it doesn't happen overnight. But the truth about it is, it can.
Well, yes. Well,
that's the truth about it.
That's the truth about
it. That's what I'm passionate about, building those that you see him last week, and then this week, well, how you rolling like that? Well, I'm going to tell you how I'm rolling like that.
I'm rolling with CBFREELA.
But the thing about it is, no, but that is the truth. Just because, we took that time to really put the time and the process into it, because there's no like-minded folks that are walking in that walk, why keep it? I want you to be able, I would like you to be able to have that same mindset so that you can now stay focused. You have it overnight. It only goes according to your plan. And your plan is only going according to your focus. And your focus is only going about what you see, what you watch, and who you surround yourself with. And it will only go that far.
Absolutely.
Period. I don't care who's teaching you. You will never go beyond
That's right.
your teacher. If your teacher isn't always climbing, you will stay right where they are. It's just what it is.
That is what it is. Yeah. I love talking to you. I do.
I love talking to you too.
Asha.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you another question, girl. Okay, so you chose the nonprofit entity because it's a vehicle to give back. Now, when you guys do events, you do them in a very unique way. And so you want to explain a little bit about the way you do your events, how you put it together, and who benefits from it.
Okay. Well, specifically, I can talk about the Blackout. Yes. The Blackout is a huge event that we have annually. And it's basically bringing all of the arts under one roof. But how we go about it, based on the city or the community that we are in, we reach out to local artists, musicians, live artists, fashion designers, even business. We bring all of that under one roof. And it's really interesting how it comes together. In the beginning, it was a little bit of a trial and error, just trying to figure out how we needed to do it. But I love the process of it, how it just organically just comes together, just grabbing a hold of the artists, the people that want to partner with us, because we also like to bring businesses in as well. And you never know who can be there to see these artists. The initial passions about it is just the performing arts in general, but we also like to bring in different people in the community,
incorporate the community,
all
the
together.
Ones who are passionate about being entertained.
Yes,
and even the ones who just want to just get their face there too,
to give them that opportunity.
To give them that opportunity is the key, right? So we like to do the Blackout in a community where we could use the community.
Exactly.
So it doesn't make a difference where the community is. The community kind of unfolds and comes together organically. Yes. And that is the most important thing.
Ones that come outside of the community that are just interested in what we're doing.
Right.
And
Comes
we're
from
really
another
grateful.
State.
Yeah, another state. We're grateful for that as well. But just the process of everything and just the connections that are being made are amazing, even with just the artists amongst themselves. Even certain artists that have been in the industry for a while and, they grab a hold of some of the other artists because they see the talent or want to mentor them. So we like bringing people together as well. And that's something that I really love that comes out of the Blackout. And we always have themes and concepts, right?
Yes, that's
which
our
I do.
Vision side and her out there side.
You want me to talk about the very first one? Okay, so the second one that we did, it was at the Mark for events in Beverly Hills, and the concept behind that was the prototype. One, because it is the prototype, and taking it to another level, but also two, I was relating it more so to the artists themselves, knowing that you would be the example for other people, and it's just being that prototype, that model, and setting a new standard of how you should do things in whatever arena you are in. And that was the concept. But the more fashion visual aspect, it was more so futuristic, and that's what I love too. So it sets the whole tone of the event.
The one before that was in Long Beach, so it was more on the urban street life. So we had a live graffiti artist just out in the front just doing his thing, and then inside you walked into it was just cool bright colors, and it was all black but with bright colors. So we brought in what the artist was painting outside the FREELA city, and we brought it inside. So as it came in from the outside to the inside, it just kind of grew. Everything black, but then all the colors, and the theme just comes based on trusting that it's already supplied. And that's another thing that I love teaching them. Don't wait for the funds to do it. You move in it.
That's
and
right.
believing that the funds are there.
Right, and you move towards your goal, and then the other, it will just be added. It will be added to you.
Yeah, and what I love about it too is just the area of how people just realize how genuine we are about it. A lot of the times they'll ask us, okay, we understand, it's in kind and whatnot, but what's the catch, or what do we need to do?
What she's talking about is we've had instances where we've got into places that other people have to pay to get into, and it just came from the fact that the ones who partner with us, especially, we did the LA Marathon.
That's right, you guys did.
And upon doing the LA Marathon, we had a particular what do you call it, spot? What was that?
I don't remember the mile, but it's a specific mile.
Yes, it's
a milestone.
A milestone, right? And this one was an important one, just like the first one and the last. There are ones in between that everybody want to be at, right? And this particular band was there for 10 years. They did the marathon for
decade.
10 years, a whole decade, right? So the marathon before that, we got invited in, and they performed. From FREELA Records, all the artists performed. So got liked and wanted us to actually come back again. But this time we were asking for, because we have such a huge crew, we were asking for a spot to just, be there and just cheer on and really give back to the runners, right? So they were like, well, we have this spot, but this one's taken, that's one. Well, let me see what we can do, because they started really getting to know us. It was like, I would say 2 weeks before we went into just believing and trusting God, and just had our own little sidebar of prayers. And it was a week after that, the band that was there for 10 years suddenly couldn't do it anymore. Wow. Suddenly.
So you guys just slid.
So
right
they
into that
called
spot.
us and said, this is yours. And it was a spot.
Wow.
So we just put on a whole show at that spot, and so many people, from the runners to everyone, remembered us, because as they stopped now, we encouraged them, we cheered them on, we gave them water, we gave them gifts, and so we had someone that wanted to come into the marathon for a while, a few of our partners, and they were like, man, it's costing like crazy to get in there. One person was like, man, they're talking about at least 10 to 20,000 just to put our signage, just to put out this, because the marathon is a big thing.
Big deal, yes.
It's a big deal, and just trusting and knowing that it's done is the key.
Right.
So they wanted to do that, and they were like, couldn't get in, and then we're like, okay, why don't you just come on board, kind of join us? And they're like, what do you mean? He said, yeah, we have this spot, why don't you come in? Okay, how much is it? Nothing. Oh, so what's the price? Then just sign it. Nothing. Okay, so you're saying nothing? Yeah, nothing. Well, how much did you get to? Nothing. And so you
got a prime spot for free. We're able to bring your sponsors,
and they
in
came
to support
in, and they were like, oh my God. When they started trying to get into the marathon from the very beginning, and they were telling him it was costing X, Y, and Z.
Wow.
And so they were like, and you guys don't want anything from us? No, just your support, just knowing that.
And even from that, they grew.
From that, they
grew. She opened 6 more stores.
Wow.
From that
alone.
From that alone.
That's amazing.
So that's what I'm talking about. They always think that we're coming at them when we are calling different sponsors, and they're like, okay, so what is it going to cost to put our name up on nothing? What do you mean nothing? Well, this is the giving part, we just want you to just be supportive of what you see what we do, and let us know if you like it, and if you like it, come on in. And then that way we can build relationships. And because remember, back in the day, it was a bartering system.
That's right.
Money just came in and just, I think it destroyed a whole lot of stuff. But trusting in your fellow brother, sister, was the key.
Yes.
And that's what we're going back to.
That's good. You're listening to Accelerated Radio Praise, 24-hour gospel music and talk. My name is Miss Charlene, and you're having lunch with the Finance Bunch. And I have, again, these lovely, lovely, lovely ladies in with me today. Miss Asha.
Hello, hello.
And her mom is Beverly.
Hello, hello.
And and they're with CBFREELA. You're making her blush. We had to laugh. That was cute.
That was cute. Thank you.
Now, how would someone get in touch with you? Where can we see your videos? How can someone get in contact with you? And just like, I've seen a lot of the pictures, and you have all types of stuff up. so that people can go and take a look and sponsor and give money to help your cause? How would someone do that?
Okay, well, if they would like to find out more information about us or wanting to donate or partner, they can go to www.cbfreela.com. Mm-hmm. You can also contact us at our phone number, which is 323-309-8281. You will most likely speak with our administrator, Sakari Waters, or our COO, which is our Chief of Operations Manager,
Dwayne Clavon.
Yes.
And then you can also like us on Facebook.com/CBFREELA, YouTube.com/CBFREELA. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter @FreeLoveAffirm. And then if you'd like to check out more of the music side of things, you can go to SoundCloud.com/FreeLA Records.
Yes, because each one of the artists in our label have their page, which is PMG.
So you can find all of our music.
Lionheart, Bree Nicole. We have quite a few artists that are on the label and others that want to join.
Absolutely.
Based on, for me, they come in based on being open to a teachable spirit. I'm not saying to give you what I have, but to allow your God inside minded person to be able to know that you have to know first. Knowing you is the key.
Exactly. So it's a process. Mm-hmm. You're not just going to put them out there. It's a process within this label to get it tight and right.
Exactly.
Before you go out.
Exactly.
Okay. And that's a great
segue. We're not
segue.
pushing just to get a song out there for the money. That's already done.
That's right.
You know, the word says trust him in the little. The little is the money.
That's right.
God, he owns so much that why do I need to fight for something that's already mine?
That's right.
It's mine already. Mm-hmm. And the ones who aren't there getting theirs and knowing that it's theirs, that's when the wealth now is transferred, because it's being used in a way that it's not building, it's destroying.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not going to sit up here and fight you for what you have
when you know you already have your own.
Exactly.
You're listening to Accelerated Radio, Lunch with the Finance Bunch, and I'm Miss Charlene, and we're going to segue into some of the artists that are on this wonderful label and hear from some of these ladies. And so that will be in our next segment. So we're going to take about 30 seconds here, and we're going to bring the ladies in and talk to them, if that's okay with you, Ms.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, so let's do that. Absolutely, we definitely have a treat. Definitely. Good afternoon, ladies. Hi. And the name of your group is Black?
Yes.
Yes, and you're a part of CBFREELA.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, you guys are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I love having you here. So how long have you been together as a group?
It was going on 3 years this year.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to introduce yourself and tell me how you chose the name Black. Okay. So you want to let the audience know, how did you choose the name?
You want me to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So it actually is BLAK. It's an acronym. It's the first letter of our names.
So that segues into your name.
To our actual name.
Okay, ladies, starting with the B.
I'm the B Marie.
And A is for?
Well, it's the L next.
Oh, that's right. Get it together, Charlene. It's London, right? So
yeah, well, I go by Elsinade in Black.
Elsinade, okay.
And then I'm Asha the A. Hey, guys, again.
All right. And then the K.
All right. Hi. I'm Kalia the K.
Kalia the K. Mm-hmm. Well, it's wonderful to have you ladies in the studio. You've been together for 3 years now?
Yes. This year is
going on 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I know this, but I want to get it out there for the listening audience. Do you stick yourself into a genre, or do you have a specific style that you follow, or in your music, or are you more of a free kind of spirit group? How would you label yourself, or would you?
Well, actually, it's a combination of many different genres. We don't have just one specific genre. So what we do is we take us as individual artists, the genre that we normally would sing individually, and we bring them all together collectively and incorporate that in our songs, each genre.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
And we do that so we can reach every type of audience. We're not just geared to a certain age range. We are expanded because, like Asha was saying earlier, it's able to reach every person because music brings everyone together. So,
exactly. That's cool. Another question. Who in the group is the writers? Do you write or arrange?
We all write.
That's what I thought. I thought that. And what about music? Like, who puts the music together for you? Who?
We have actually 3 producers. One, Kami Flow, which is my brother. You can check him out, Kami Flow Music. There's New Gen, which is part of the PMG team, which is the rap group. And then we also have one of our executive producers, which you'll get to meet later, and her name's the Lionheart.
Yes, the Lionheart.
She does a lot of the production for us as well.
Okay, and so we have a few minutes here, so I want to, kind of get in as much as I do. So who styles you? Because you guys always look so beautiful.
A.B.
Asha. I'm the stylist.
She has a gift for seeing us individually, but also collectively. Okay. So she takes the individual personalities and brings it into this uniform, polished look, and actually even has her own styling company that will be coming out soon.
I do.
Oh, that's wonderful. We're going to have you back on and talk about that.
Yes, definitely.
Right. Okay, so we have styling, we have creative writing, we have beautiful voices.
Oh, thank
and
you.
Then who does your makeup? Because your makeup is exceptional. Okay, so let me just tell you why I asked that question. 2 reasons. I wanted the audience to know, but also B. Marie taught me how to put my makeup on. Hello.
Yes.
Miss and you look fabulous.
Are on fleek. They're on fleek.
So,
on fleek.
Really? Don't hashtag
that. So yes, you guys always look so polished and so beautiful. And we're going to hear you. Would you sing for me just a little bar, like in a few minutes? After I get all my questions out, would you do that for me?
Sure.
That's what I love, because you're so naturally talented. That's on the fly. I can say, could you just sing something? You go, sure. And they look at each other, and the next thing you know, you got this beautiful harmony coming out. Aww. Right?
Thank you.
So, and then you guys performed last night.
Yes.
How did that go? I know it went wonderful. I wish I could have been there.
Oh, yeah.
I was stuck in traffic.
It was absolutely great.
It was so much fun. Yeah.
Yes, we had a good time.
Now, do you have another upcoming event? Do you have any events coming up pretty soon here that we can check out?
Yeah, well, we have the LA Marathon coming up.
March.
Okay, so you guys are gonna be on stage at the LA Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow, that just
we actually have an audition coming up too. We can't
say what it is,
but just look out for it.
Okay, so then afterwards you'll be back on to talk about it, right?
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
That's perfect. Okay, so I think we have about 5 more minutes left. So I want to get a little song in before I bring in another artist, which is the Lionheart, which she is just awesome too. I checked her out at the last event that I went to with you guys, but I wanted everyone to get an opportunity. Now, if they want to listen to your music, just give me again where they can go online and listen to your music, get samples of the music, and then I want you guys to do something a cappella for us.
Okay, well, if you would like to listen to Black, you can go to soundcloud.com/FreeLA Records, and it will have a list of all the artists, and then you just look for the official Black. You'll just see 4 girls just standing there posing.
Or you might
so you'll know it's us.
You might see a fire rose, like a rose.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Now, see, this is what could happen for my listening audience. I know I'm a little off today because I'm just so excited, and I'm not following my normal format, but I want you to know that this is what could happen to you when you remove fear.
Yes.
Walk in confidence, and pursue what God gave you as a talent, and just step away from the fears that are, can cloud your mind.
Yes.
And so I wanted to say that because this is a perfect example of a woman and her daughter starting a company, and there are 22 artists that are attached to this label now. It's awesome. So could you just harmonize a little bit for me before I run out of time?
Okay, so this song is called Walk Away, and it's actually our next single that we will be releasing. So here's a little snippet.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. Make sure you sing into the mic. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
And every time I open my eyes, from the tears that I cry, I think of how I fell for you. I welcome you in my life. And when I have shed my last tear that I held through the years, it's harder to admit, to say I couldn't walk away.
Wow. I love it. That was absolutely wonderful. Where's the Lionheart? Where's she at?
She's
right. Come on over here, girl. I need to talk to you for just a couple of minutes, too. Can you come over here? How long have you been a part of the label, sweetheart?
Actually, I just joined about 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm a newbie.
You're a newbie?
But,
newbie.
But I feel like I believe that I fit perfectly into
Absolutely.
this family.
You do fit perfectly into the family, and you're awesome too, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You want to quickly tell them where they can listen to your music at also?
Most definitely. Just to reiterate what Asha said, it's soundcloud.com/FreeLA Records, and there you're going to look for the Lionheart.
The Lionheart.
Yes.
Lionheart music.
Yes.
Lionheart music.
And as the Lionheart, what type of music do you specialize in? Do you focus on a genre, or are you like them and you kind of eclectic and do a little bit of everything?
Well, I am eclectic. I do a little bit of everything, but for the most part right now, I'm working on my acoustic EP, my minimal EP. It's just my vocals, my guitar. I like to sing upbeat music, but my voice has a jazzy timbre, so it kind of carries the melody. I also, on the side, I work on, I do cinematic music, so I write music for movies, television. That's really where my passion is, a big production, you know, like Ennio Morricone. It's one of my favorite, one of my inspirations.
Do you want her to give you a little
Please.
sample?
I was going to ask, just a little sample. Come on, Lionheart, you can do this.
Well, actually, one of our main songs, one of my singles we just dropped is called the Freedom Song. I'm going to have Black help me out with that.
Okay, cool.
All right. B. Marie, go ahead and start us out with that note.
Oh, it's something kind of like
So you lose your place, create a new identity when life drifts from where you like to be. 'Cause some things lost aren't meant to find. Those who left, pay them no mind, like treasure found in thrift.
What they do.
You find new friends that fit. So come and share the secrets of our travels. Gather round now and come along. Though it may seem that we are riding solo, our freedom fools you, 'cause we're not alone. Acapella now. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. Free LA. Ba-da-ba. We got Black. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. You know me, I'm the Lionheart. Ba-da-ba-ba. We love y'all. Ba-da-ba.
Wow, that's a hit. Wow.
And you can
I'm speechless, and I'm the one who talks all the time. I'm just blown away. You guys are absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. And I already asked you outside, as you travel your road to success, you know, you're successful in your own right now, but as you blow up and get just bigger and bigger and bigger, don't forget about me.
We're not going to forget about you.
I'm going to China with you.
Yes,
China. I'm going with you.
Shout out to China.
So you're listening to Miss Charlene, and this is Lunch with the Finance Bunch. And I have in the studio, I have the Lionheart, I have Black, I have Miss Beverly Paul over there, and this is CBFREELA, and I'm just enjoying this. My name is Miss Charlene, and thank you so much, ladies, for coming into the studio. I really appreciate it. This has been awesome. You made my day, week, month, year. Thank you so
Every
much.
time we
I love
see
you.
You always make our day.
Thank you so much. I just absolutely love you. You're listening to Lunch with the Finance Bunch. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.